Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Irons United, where we're going to bring you a live stream of the game today. So thank you all for joining us. Sorry, better turn my volume down on my phone, otherwise you'll get an echo. Yeah, thank you all for joining us. And well, I guess first off is we'll talk about the team news. So let's see who we've got in the team today. Fabianski's back. Ryan Fredericks is back at right back. Balbuena joins Ogbonna in central defence. Creswell starts at left back. Noble, Wiltshire, and Fornals in the middle, with Yarmolenko out on the right flank, Diangana out on the left, and Allaire up front. Quite interesting selection there. And then our substitutes: Darren Randolph, Masuaku, Ben Johnson, Josh Cullen, Connor Coventry, Socek, Lanzini, Baptiste, Bowen, Anderson, and Antonio. And I guess the one thing that you've pretty much noticed is that Declan Rice still isn't available, and we can only speculate. We've been told that he's got a minor knock. We've also been told that he was under, he did have the coronavirus, and that he was meant to be self-isolating. So we don't really know, really. Has he got an injury? Has he not? I guess we'll soon find out. And but that's the team. Let's go back to the starting lineup again. Fabianski, good to see him back. Ryan Fredericks, I guess he's in direct competition with Ben Johnson, isn't he, for the right back slot? So let's see what happens there. Balbuena or Bonner, no Diop either at the moment. He's not even on the subs bench. So that's another interesting one. I guess we must assume he's self-isolating as well. Creswell out on the left back slots. Noble, Wiltshire, and Fornals is an interesting mix there. We don't have Anderson there, but Anderson is on the bench. I can see Bowen's on the bench, Socek's on the bench, Lanzini on the bench, Cullen and Coventry. We've got quite a number of midfielders that can sort of fill in. Great to see Diangana starting. I think that's fantastic. And Allaire, after his 3 goals in midweek against Ipswich, he's starting in attack. But we've got a lot in backup, haven't we? Johnson, it's fantastic that he's there. As I said, Cullen and Coventry are going to be interesting games for these two lads. We knew that a couple of the youngsters were going to perhaps come into the first team squad this season. We saw quite an array of them over the 2 games that we played during the midweek with the likes of Baptiste, Alaise. It's a shame Alaise's not made it. He did get a knock in the game against Ipswich, so perhaps that's why he hasn't made it on the bench today. But it's fantastic to see a couple of youngsters. I've been saying for quite some time that I think this is Connor Coventry's season. I think he's the one that's going to break into the first team. It's fantastic to see Cullen, but I'm not quite sure that Cullen will actually make it, to be quite honest with you. But like I said, the notable absences are Diop, Declan Rice from the first team squad. Also, Snodgrass is not in the first team either. So Colin Coventry's got his number 11 shirt. Do we read anything into that? Perhaps not, but you know what it's like. You know what speculation is like. We start looking at team numbers, shirt numbers, and all that sort of stuff, and we start sort of putting 2 and 2 together and making 5. So it's great to see this the team lineup. It is a shame that certain players haven't made it. For example, Alaise, and I've got Anton is coming on. Hang on a minute. Let's have a look.
Good afternoon.
Are you well?
Yes, good, mate. Yep, just having a look at the side there.
Interesting, because I've just been talking about it, and I've been talking about notable absences: Diop, Declan Rice, and Snodgrass. But in terms of the rest of the team, I think you could see that, or what we expect. I think I'm really glad to see Diang, as he now wants to be called, starting today. I think that's a really good move. But look at the backup. You know, got an awful lot of midfielders there. Cullen, Coventry, Socek, Lanzini, Bowen, Anderson, Antonio. I mean, it's not about. I mean, we talk about we need to buy players. We need to buy players. I think the only thing that we need to buy, quite frankly, for me, is defenders and maybe a striker on loan if we don't buy one outright. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I'm going to pull the team up again just so I can have a look at it. I mean,
Yeah.
to be honest, I'm actually, I don't know what to think because do we really judge the starting lineup of a preseason game? Although we are getting closer to the start of the season, and the news today is that the Reading game's been cancelled.
That's
So
correct. Yeah.
after today, we've only got one other game to play before the season starts. Is that right?
That is right. Yeah. Only next Saturday now.
Yeah.
Um,
So in theory, this side is starting to look a little bit closer to maybe what we might be seeing. I'm not saying it's definitely going to be it. I think I'm quite surprised on Balbuena starting. No,
I think this is an opportunity for Balbuena to prove that he needs to stay at West Ham. I think
yeah,
that's probably why he's
yeah.
starting. I can only imagine that. I think the pressure's on him, but we need to ask the question. I think we've got all these conflicting stories about why Declan Rice is not around, but we don't know about Balbuena. We've not heard anything. Now, Fredericks was on holiday with Declan Rice, and we kind of assumed at the same time that those two players were in isolation. They're around all the Chelsea squad on holiday, and we know quite a few of them are in isolation. But there was a message that went out by the club in midweek that Declan Rice has got a knock. So let's hope it's only a knock and a minor one. But I think for at the back, nothing's been told to us about the op. We don't know what's going on there. We don't know if he's in isolation or anything. So I think that's going to be an interesting one to look out for during this week
I
to
mean, when I
see
look,
what's
I mean,
happening.
I don't know if I'm that sort of guy that gets massively excited by pre-season. West Ham. I always said this. I'm a half glass full sort of guy than rather than a half glass empty. So I always see the positive in things, and I always look at, like you've mentioned there, Diangana, Yarmolenko, players having an opportunity to shine. Is Anderson on the bench as well? So yeah, yeah,
And Anderson's on the bench. I mean, the bench is strong. And I mentioned you. I know you raved about Alese during the week, and I think if Alese didn't get injured, I think he would have been on the bench as well. But Baptiste is there, and Baptiste had a pretty decent game as well against Wickham. He was quite, really confident, really well balanced and everything. So I think we've got a couple of players in defence that we could sort of look at from the youth, from the development squad, that
yeah,
maybe we think there's some potential there.
yeah.
But yeah, and I think for me, it's kind of. I'm not worried. I agree with you. You've got to be half glass full rather than half glass empty. But when you start seeing players missing only a couple of weeks before the new season starts, obviously people are going to start asking questions. I mean, good afternoon, Luke. Luke's saying he's definitely leaving. I actually don't think Rice
I
is
don't.
definitely leaving. I really don't.
I don't think by Rice not playing today means he's leaving. I think there's more into this. I'm not saying that I don't think. I'm thinking he's not going to leave. I think money talks, so there's an opportunity that he could leave. But I don't think his non-inclusion today is because he's leaving. I genuinely don't believe that that's the reason why he's not in the squad. I
Yeah,
really don't know why he's not in the squad, if I'm being brutally honest. So
yeah.
people are asking still about the opposition. So I've actually got the team. So I'm just
Well, I've
currently,
been waiting for that. So yes,
I've,
please bring that
I've
up.
got it.
Yeah.
I'm just downloading it. So if you can just give me 2 seconds, I'll bring that up. But
Okay.
for anyone that wants to know, there is no Ollie Watkins, and there is no Ben Rama either. Not even in the squad.
Well, that's interesting because is
Rico Henry
Rico Henry, is he
he's
playing?
he's playing, and then their other gifted footballer they've got is Mbueno. I'm terrible for pronunciation, so I'll get the image up here. Hopefully, it's going to download within a couple of seconds. But they've got a really, really clever French under-21 international, Mbuemo, and he banged in something like 16 goals last season alongside 8 or 9 assists. He's an extremely tricky, clever player, and there's an element of that if, say, Benrahma is potentially leaving the club, that they've maybe found his already successful.
Yeah, I've actually read. I think I mentioned it last week as well. That they've also bought a striker for about £7 million. I don't know if it's the same guy you're talking about.
Oh yeah,
So there we are.
they signed
Yeah,
a guy from. They haven't officially signed him. Actually, he's the fee's been agreed with Tony or something like that from Peterborough, the striker from Peterborough.
okay.
But the deal's not been done in time to bring him into the squad, obviously today. So, but what's interesting though, what we have seen is, I was kind of looking forward to seeing, say, Benrahma and Watkins play today, because I thought it'd be nice to see players that West Ham are potentially linked to. I know we can't afford them.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. But the only one I think we could really look at is Rico Henry.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna if we take that off, we can get the link in.
Yeah, I'm
And
trying to. My thing is.
And there we are, people. We have a live stream for you. I don't know if you can. Can you hear the sound? I mean, I can in my earphones, but
no, I'm fine with that. That suits me, to be honest. I mean, we can give everyone the commentary they need.
Do they?
I think they will.
I was kind of hoping to get away with that and just let them listen to the commentary.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
We just need to get familiar with the players who are there, and from Brentford in particular. This is really bright, so I'm going to turn this down a little bit. Listen, Sky Sports are looking for some new pundits, so you never know. We could be applying for a job today still.
Yeah, not me, mate. No, I'll leave that to you maybe, but certainly not me. Let's see. We don't want my mug there. There we go.
So listen, get your comments in. Let us know your thoughts on the starting lineup. As you can see, they're bringing it up in the screen for you there. Noble's the captain. It's good to see Jack Wilshere. Have they spelt his name wrong?
Wiltshire, yeah, they put a T in there and an I. I mean, it's
what have they put?
Wiltshire, as in the county.
Yeah, interesting. They've spelt Fornals wrong as well.
I don't know. I didn't see that. Did they? Did they?
Yeah, they've spelled it wrong, and they've spelled Fornells.
Well, look at Nigel. He's saying, a knocko. Yeah. See, people are now beginning to speculate. I don't know if you're just kidding, mate, or I'll get back on script. People are now beginning to start questioning, aren't they?
Well, listen. Do you know what? I think the biggest thing, I suppose, comes out is how the club manage the messages that comes out to the fans, and that's what's going to help the club ever so slightly make small steps towards helping the fans give the faith back into the ownership. They'll never have the faith back into the ownership, but the messages that they give, clear messages to the fans, that's what they need to do. They need to come out and speak out and say, he's missing today because of this. If he and you can't help then but speculate and think that he is going to go if they don't give you a message and let you know.
Well, this is what I said kind of last week. I said if we're going to really know what's going on, the club should come out and be really honest and say whatever, and at least get us accustomed to what might be coming up. Otherwise, this speculation is going to continue to be ongoing, isn't it? Really? So
absolutely. I also want to apologise. I done the preview yesterday, and I said that West Ham were playing at Brentford Stadium, and I was completely wrong. So at least I can admit it when I'm wrong. So yeah, I watched the Ipswich game last week still, and Dean Gana, listen, he was quality, but he did start the game. The first half, he was really quiet. He was really, really quiet, and to be fair, that's kind of expected in a pre-season when you're back at a new club. But he bounced. He came back with a vengeance, and he got 3 assists on the day.
And I think it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, this is what we're 2 weeks before the season starts. No, are we 2 weeks? Yes, we are, aren't we? We're 2
Yeah.
weeks before the season starts. So
Good
to
ball.
actually see him, starting, I think the season on loan has done him the world of good.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, and I think we're going to see a lot more of Diangana than people imagine.
Oh, it's hit the post. So one of our biggest issues, counter-attack.
Yeah, I mean, no one's closing him down. He had a free shot just outside the box, and we were lucky that the rebound off the post, the striker there just didn't see it coming.
But then this shows you how potentially vital players like Souček and Declan Rice are into the protection of that middle, because that ball, the threat started from through the middle. West Ham were dispossessed, and bang, they kicked the ball in the out long, and it was literally 2-on-2, and yeah, I mean, we didn't really cope with that too well. The other thing as well I was going to say was Balbuena started the game last week quite sluggish. He grew into the game, I'm not going to deny that, but he started the game a little bit sluggish. He was the one that was playing alongside Alessi against Ipswich, and Alessi looked like the senior pro.
Do you, when you think about who's out there, the back four, Fredericks, Balbuena, Ogbonna, and Creswell, do you think that's our back four starting lineup for our first game of the season?
To me, I genuinely would be worried with that. I'm sorry, I can't help it. I try and stay positive, but that's not, we've not made any form of progression then, really. And that's what we need to do. That's the area, that's the department that there needs to be a change. And I don't think a change is not changing anything. So, how many seasons do we have problems still?
Well, as there was a report during the week. Good afternoon, Russ. How are you? There was a report during the week that how many more seasons are we going to go conceding 60 plus goals before we actually finally get relegated? And I think we're 3 or 4 seasons in a row where we've conceded 60 goals or more. I
actually think, it's funny, even the season when we were the last season up to Brentford or through again. I mean,
another shot on target, almost on target there.
Right through the middle again, no. And to be honest,
through the middle.
I think if we had the relevant players in there, then they'd be tracking back. Just there very quickly, did you notice Balbuena stepping out? This is my problem with our centre-back pairing. We have players that are too similar, and we don't have anyone that protects that back line. So, whether Balbuena plays well or Ogbonna plays well, one or the other's not capable of backing up the other because they're too similar. They all step out. Diop, Ogbonna, and Balbuena are the stepping out defender. And that's always been he's through. Is that Yarmolenko?
Good goal. Look.
1-0.
I'll tell you something. If Yarmolenko stays injury-free this season, he will get double figures easy.
Yeah.
Absolutely easy.
Play him to his strengths. Look at me. Do you know why he's in that position? He's playing centrally. He's got a bit of a free role. He's, it just he suits that position. He's not stuck out in the wing himself. He doesn't have to have
it. He cuts in. Yeah,
he cuts in.
Who was that made that for him? Fornals.
Yeah,
I think. Now I know someone said they haven't got Watkins and Benrahma playing, and I just wonder if the scoreline may have been a bit different had either of them been playing today. They've already had 2 chances themselves. And they've hit the post and it was just wide with the other shot. But I mean, I'll tell you what we're good at. We are good at going forward. We've proven that. We scored 9 goals in 2 games the other day. We're at 5 minutes in. We're already 1-0 ahead. I think we've got enough quality up front. But you're right. It's just about the defence, isn't it? Yeah. It's what do we do with the defence? And you can understand if we don't have anything, if we don't buy anybody in this transfer window, we've got to get, if nothing else, we've got to get a defender or 2. Well, for me, it's essential we get a left back, and it would be good to get a centre half as well.
Is Connor Coventry on the bench?
He is, yeah.
I'm actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and put the starting lineup in the bottom ticker. So I'll do that just now. But he performed really well still. He performed really, really, really well the other day in the full-back position at right back. But that's not also just our problem. The thing is, between Baptiste, Alessi, you've got Ben Johnson, you've got who else? Connor Coventry can play in that position. We've got options there, and I just want
we do. But I think the problem, the concern is that because they're all very young. But then again, you look at some. We talked about defenders at other clubs where if they're given the opportunity, they could. Yarmolenko's down. I mean, that's not good. This is what we concern ourselves about. Yarmolenko, he can be a match winner, but there you go. I just cursed him. Yeah, Connor Coventry, I've said that he's the one that is going to break through this season. But for me, is going to break through to compete with Noble in central midfield. I think that's where Connor Coventry will be will make his mark, because primarily he's a central midfielder.
Yeah, I agree with you. He is, but I tell you what, still, his performance the other night, he did not look uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. And I think you look at. I mean, we know. I know people are upset because Eberechi Eze is now just signed for Palace, and people are saying, "Oh, we're not getting the players we want in." I don't know if we need those sorts of players in. To be honest, I think we're happy with the attacking midfield that we've got. It's just that holding midfield and central defence that we need.
The Eze chat coming to West Ham. I mean, if money was no object and players, if we were looking at the younger players who have ability, I mean, he's one player I genuinely have noticed from the Championship for a couple of seasons. Like, I really do like him. So there's an element of me going, I know I was talking to Cess, who's part of Irons United as well. He's really gutted about it. I'm gutted about it. I get why we could survive without having him. I get that. I'm not, we've got Diangana there as well.
I was just about to say, we've just re-signed, if you like, a player that did great in the Championship last season.
Brady Diangana. If anything, he'd done better.
Exactly. So we do get carried away. We do get carried away with the players that we miss out on. And yeah, apparently Moyes was interested in Eze, but it would have meant he would have had to have sold Anderson or Lanzini or whoever. They're opening up again. We're not closing them down in defence. We're standing off. We're standing off in the 18-yard box.
Yeah, 9 minutes in, and they've had three clear-cut
shots
within good opportunities for them, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Look, everyone's just standing off and waiting for them to shoot, which is a bit of a concern. I want to see Rico Henry. I've not seen anything of him at the moment, but if he is to be our future left back, he needs to start showing a bit. All of 9 minutes in.
Typical West Ham fans, eh?
What do you guys think that are watching? Where do we need to strengthen, in your opinion? Where's the most important position that we need to strengthen in?
I thought you were expecting a physical answer.
Well, if anyone wants to come on, we do always offer. So very controlled in midfield. West Ham don't look. I mean, it is a concern against a much better team. Those three efforts that they've had already. With a better team against us, maybe we could have been 3-1 down. But like you said, mate, let's be positive rather than negative.
I think 10 minutes in, we're definitely going to see. We know ourselves. We're going to see big changes. There's no ifs or buts about it, and we're going to see a bit of, I don't know what stage, half time. I think we're probably seeing most of the changes, but I think we're going to see a completely different side in the second half. There's Diangana skips by, goes for a cross, lucky. It's nice to see that, though. It's nice to see that attack. You've got. Oh, look at that! It was good play again. But do you know what the thing is, though? Diangana, like I said before, is he's reasonably awkward.
Sorry, I got distracted by this comment from Nigel. We need to strengthen on the pundit side.
Is that him hinting that he wants to be substituted in?
Well, mate, Nigel, let us know, mate. We could always send you the link, and then you could show us how it's done. Good afternoon, Joan. Yeah, left back. I totally agree.
Sebastian.
Juha, I hope I got your name right. Cover
Oh,
for defensive central mid. Is that defensive central midfield and fullbacks? Yeah. Victor, good afternoon. Fullbacks, absolutely. Brian, good afternoon, mate. West Ham is top 10 London football teams. Well, we like to think so. My Hammers, we need to have one eye on the goalie situation. I don't disagree with that. Fab is getting on. So is Martin. So is Randolph.
I
Trotton
agree.
and
I do agree.
Niang aren't experienced enough. Yeah, I know. And we did talk about Butland, perhaps, maybe, but he might not. He might not be. He's might be a bit too expensive for us.
The but is though, right?
Saint and Greavesy. Who's the Saint and who's the Greavesy?
Can we get by? Can we get by for another season with Fabianski and Randolph? I do think we can.
I think we can. I think I think we're worried if. Well, I'm sure you all know Roberto's gone.
Yep.
So we won't be seeing him again. Randolph, I think, for me, is just not.
No, he's not. But this is my point I'm going to make. I would rather have Anam or Trot travel with the matchday squad. I think I said it in the preview yesterday. It's an opportunity for us to see these potential players travel with the squad that gives them the experience in and around the first team players and what it's going to be like moving forward in their careers. Now, I don't want them to consistently go out on loan because it's been a while, but when was the last time about a young keeper given an opportunity? I think, is it Bournemouth now? I've done it, and Manchester United have signed up their player now in a longer term contract, Henderson. So these players, goalkeepers are a different breed. Why not give some of these guys a run out in some cup competitions? I don't get this whole kind of, we need to go into the market. If we genuinely believe we've got talent already at 18, 19 years old, I'm all for giving them a shot and goal. Definitely.
Well, interestingly, the foreign leagues do it, don't they? I think in Spain and in Italy, they're quite happy to play youngsters in goal. They don't have an issue with that. It seems to be us that sort of seems to. I think if I think about what Moyes has been saying about defence and trying to get more experience in central defence, that will probably tell you that he wouldn't want to risk playing a young goalie. And I think I remember the last time we gave a young goalie his debut, Stephen Bywater, and that poor lad. Oh, here we go, Diangana through.
Oh.
And that poor lad, he came in. I can't remember the game when he came in, and we were like, was we lose 4-3 or something? It was a ridiculously scoring game. I know if Nigel's watching,
Bradford.
he'll remember. Was it Bradford? That was it.
Bradford 5-4, was it?
5-4, something like that.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Listen,
sorry, go on.
There's a lot of you are watching, and listen, we are, if you've never watched us before, we bring you regular content. So there's a button you can press which is subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, you'll get some good content from ourselves. Still does a weekly show called the West Ham Weekly. It gives you a full roundup of all weekly news. We've got a guy called Alf who brings to you a live Q&A. He also brings to you a fun kind of confidential stroke grumble. If he's in a bad mood, he gives you a grumble show. If he's in a good mood, he gives you an oi oi show. We bring to you your typical previews, reviews. We do a show called Gift of the Gab where anything really goes. We've got more ideas coming up in the kind of short term. So just hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, get the comments in, let us know your feedback on the channel. We won't be able to put.
And let's not forget the brand new show that we have, Mock the Week.
Oh yes, of course. Thanks to our new signing, Nigel.
Jay, sorry, go on, mate. Were you gonna carry on?
No, I was just saying. So, like, if you're tuning in and you've never watched us before, hit that subscribe button, please, and we definitely appreciate it. We just want more people to see what we do and give us a chance to express our opinion on all things West Ham. And we're very open to having guests on. Absolutely, but if you don't want to come on, that's fine. Just come into the comments, say hi, let us know who you are, and yeah,
And
take
we
it from
always
there.
try and respond to as many comments as possible. So I was going to get onto this one. Jake would love to know the actual numbers Moyes is working with. I think the numbers, mate, are whatever he manages to sell, he'll be able to spend, which is um,
Well, hold on a
ironclad.
second.
We
He's,
need to strengthen the board.
listen, we sold a Yeti, which paid off the Haller payment.
Well, apparently it's still not being paid.
Well,
Apparently,
but then who did they sell next? Uh, Hugo, who in theory they got 2.6 million for. In theory, what they've done is they've paid the wages for Roberto to go to this club in Spain.
God, I mean,
So we're back to zero. We're back to zero again.
Jake again. Randolph is a solid shot stopper. I'd say, but defo better keepers out there. I would agree.
I
I
agree.
don't think Randolph is. I mean, I think yes, he can cover. Have you seen the new stand? I like that. I personally, I like the new stand. Is it any closer to the pitch? No, it's not. But I actually like the new stand. Anyway, but yeah, I agree. I think there are better keepers than
Oh,
Randolph out there. John, good afternoon, mate. Striker, left back, and an all-round dog's body. Yeah, but an all-round dog's body is Coventry, as Anton pointed out. He played at right back the other day. He's primarily a centre back, so he can actually play a few positions. Toro, good afternoon. Is Messi playing? Well, we're still trying to get that deal through. I think we're offering £5,000 a week plus add-ons and a packet of crisps and a pint of lager when he signs for us. So look out for that breaking news when that happens. Keith, look at Dortmund and all their young players. Yeah, agreed.
do you know what, Keith, mate? I completely am there. If Moyes wants to practice what he preaches in terms of the youth players, and we have players that have ability, the only way we're going to see if they've got ability is if they play games. And for
Agreed.
me, I really am excited potentially to see Baptiste today, because I never got a chance to see him against Wickham. So
He was good. He was good.
Really hope he comes on today and shows us what he's capable of.
So we got a conflict here. When I said about Bywater, my hammers say 5-4 Bradford, and then Nigel says Bradford, we won 4-3. So which of those two games? Because I can't remember which one of those two he made. Stephen Bywater made his debut. So let us know what you think. Shaka broke his leg, which was Bradford. Nigel, are you going to contest that? Let us know. Good afternoon, Brentford fan there, the Open Debate channel. Welcome. Come on, you bees. If you want to come on and have a chat with us at half time, send us a message. Anton, where does he send us a message to?
It was the 5-4 game. Sorry, 5-4.
Okay, 5-4. I'm guessing the Open Debate. Are you a Brentford channel? If you are, message us.
Yes.
And we'll have a chat with you at halftime.
If you are, look us up on Twitter. We're @irons_United. Send us a message and we'll send you a link to come on. You can discuss it with us. If you're on Facebook, look us up, Irons United. We'll keep an eye out on the Facebook page just now.
Cool.
So yeah.
I want to. Now I have absolutely slagged off our shirts for this new season, and I've got to be honest. Now that I've seen the players wearing them, yeah, I've got to be honest. I'm kind of changing my mind.
I've always liked. I'm sorry, Steve, I've always liked them. I bought my son one when it first came out, and the minute it came in the package and he opened it up and I put it on him, I absolutely loved it.
Do you think we'll sign anyone? No.
I'm. It's open for another what? It's open for another month, is it? Another month?
Yeah. It is.
I mean, anything can happen, but I mean, I don't think we'll be writing home about it and being over the top excited, etc. But well, do you know what? Who cares if we sign someone and Moyes signs a potential another Souček or Bowen, albeit I know they were 15 million quid.
Would you say we did our business in wintertime when we signed Souček and Bowen?
But yes and no. But do you know what? When Nigel came on the channel before and said if we don't sign anyone, is it the end of the world? And I really don't think it is. But the but is, as long as something changes, within the squad, in our defence.
In our defence, I agree. Good evening, Mr. Window. Let's face it, fellas, nobody else apart from Chelsea has spent sod all, and the season starts next week. You're absolutely right, mate. I hope you're well. Hope you're doing well. Victor, didn't Claret and Hughes say we have about 8 million to spend? If they did, they lied. I actually don't think we do have 8 million. I don't think we've got any money to spend at all.
To be honest, though, still, like, I mean, maybe it goes against everything that we do, but you don't really know. Nobody really does know the facts.
No.
The only people that know the facts are the people that have got the checkbook. And
I think Nigel does because Sean told him. MPH, play some of our youth. Yeah, they all have passion and need to impress. Yeah, I totally agree. Nigel, then we signed Sasa Ilic, who played versus Everton next game, who lost 4-0. See, he knows.
I forgot about him. I totally forgot about him.
Yeah.
My word.
Listen, Ash the train. Jesse, are you here, mate? Jesse, if you're here, reply to Ash. Good afternoon, Mr. Baker. I hope you're doing well. Miami should have waited for the Claret weekend 20% ad.
You know what, Russ, mate, I did see it. I seen it, and I had all my eyes on getting stuff. I had to then try and measure Freddie to see if I was going to get him the right gear for the right size. But I just missed it, and it was too late. And then the next thing I knew, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I had it all in the basket, and I missed out on the 20% off. So that's what happens.
Nigel, I don't get why people moan about a shirt with claret body and blue sleeves. Yeah, you did say on the podcast the other day, what do people expect? Andrew, good afternoon, mate. Afternoon, gents. Fredericks looks dodgy at right back. Yep, caught out inside 2 minutes. Bowen needs to be starting. I think Diangana, Baptiste, Cullen, Coventry, all will be seen in the new as the new signings. And he loves the third shirt. I actually seen I've had a close up. I'm eating my words. I think all the new shirts actually look much better when they're being worn than in the photos. Good afternoon, Robert. Take a look at a team like Liverpool. They won pretty much everything in the past 2 seasons and spent close to next to nothing. Well, that's not quite true. They spent a shitload. There won't be many signings till January or next season. Yeah, it could be because the two transfer windows are so close to each other. The first one finishes in, I think, mid-October, and then the new one starts again in January. If we don't buy anyone, I guess maybe see how it all goes. And if we really are desperate, then maybe we'll buy players in the winter break.
West Ham free kick just outside the 18-yard box.
Should have had Ilic in your Anton.
Russ, let me address
Russ, you were picking all your favourite players. The idea was to pick.
No, it wasn't. Listen, I'd messaged Russ beforehand. Hold on a second. Here we go. Free kick. Save. So, let me address this right now very quickly. I didn't want to choose players that nobody would remember. So the
whole point of the show was to pick players that nobody would remember.
But let's be honest. We all could choose players that nobody would remember. Would anyone choose Gary Breen? Would anyone choose Sasa Ilic?
You may have won if you'd done that.
But I know, but I wasn't about winning. What I was trying to do was bring up players that I liked, but I didn't think others would choose. I was trying to be clever.
Brentford out on the break.
Sorry.
I think they've got another corner. Goal kick. Dara, sorry, mate. I just want to answer that. Dara, where do you think we'll finish in the league? I think mid-table this season. And who do you think will win the league? Well, it ain't going to be us. So,
still, every year we do a very Premier League-y video about who's going to be top goal scorer, where West Ham going to finish. I'm way above where we're always at. I'm going to try something different this year. Something different. So we'll save that for the video. No, I don't know. We're
finished 17th.
Yeah. Do you know what? I just sound the same every pre-season. Oh, look at us. We look okay. And we've got a good big squad. We've got nice youth players.
I think we're going to be... I agree with you that we've got to do something about defence. If we even get one player in defence, even just one, maybe a left back, then I think then we'll finish mid-table, probably comfortably mid-table.
I think he's making it reasonably obvious that left back's not his problem.
No, I think he has said it. Left back's
think it's centre back. Oh, Oh,
unlucky. Luca, who scored the goal? Yarmolenko with his right foot. Mark, having Grady back will be like a new player anyway. Agreed. His season with West Brom will have done in the world of good. I absolutely agree, mate. Afternoon. Miss you too, mate. It has been such a long time, and can't wait for to get and have a beer or two and a good laugh, all with our face masks on and socially distancing as well,
oh.
obviously. What else we got?
This game. Oh, honestly, Nigel, mate, honestly, I'm surprised you can actually see Stell in this video because I'm surprised his head's not burst.
I haven't said a word about it. I
No,
haven't said a
exactly.
word
You
about
don't
it.
need to say a word about it. You
I
don't need
haven't
to
said
say,
a word. Not a
Nigel,
word.
he
But
doesn't need to
people,
say anything.
people, just to, if you haven't caught up on it, more than just a podcast, I was a guest star on the show on Monday. You can still log in and find it and listen to it. I thought, you know what? I really enjoyed it. I think we need to do a podcast for our
He was.
show. I'm not
Did
kidding.
you hear,
Not
guys? Did you
kidding.
hear what he said? He was a star guest. That's what he said. So you take from that comment what you want.
I saved the show. I saved the show.
Oh man.
Andrew, bold prediction: Ale to score 20 plus goals. He will, but I don't think he'll get that many. With Dean Garner and Bowen either flank, he looks hungry, tracking back and putting. You know what? Yeah, isn't it good to see? That we've got someone now that we could perhaps do emulate what Bowen is doing on the right flank. Having Dean Garner on the left. I think that'd be a good move. There'll be a lot of competition for places.
Should we hold off from putting some comments up for a while so we can actually watch the game for a second?
Well, yeah.
Just let's watch just for 2 minutes because each
Just for
time
a
it comes
minute.
up, I can't even see the game.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Right.
Go on then, commentate.
Right, okay,
Should we bring Nigel? I'm going to message him.
message him?
Let's see how good he is at commentating,
at presenting. He loves a presenting. Get your comments in, guys. Let me know your thoughts on how you think West Ham are faring up. For me personally, though, my only slight concern in this game is that how we struggle when, say, Souček and Rice aren't in that position, protecting that back four. That's really where Brentford have attacked us today, and they've had 3 or 4 opportunities. They've penetrated our defence. We've had some opportunities, but we haven't massively penetrated their defence. What I will say is the Haller and Diangana relationship didn't really spark until the second half against Ipswich. And this game is showing signs of that again. They've both been reasonably quiet, but I think they'll work well if supported by other players. And those other players are on the bench. So I think at some point, maybe in the second half, we may see a bit of mixture of that. And I don't think, I'll correct me if I'm wrong or if you disagree with me, but I don't think we'll see Diangana and Haller come off. I think they'll maybe want to see the two of them perform with, say, the likes of Bowen.
Well, there's a comment here, and which is relevant. What are your thoughts on Haller? Personally, I think he will struggle, especially if we continue to play him as a lone striker. And I think what you've just said is right. I think what Moyes will do this season, I think he'll be a bit wiser, and he will have the likes of Bowen and Diangana, Fornals, etc., playing a lot closer to him, so he does get that support, and I think that's where he'll thrive. I actually don't think he will struggle as much this season. I think he'll get double figures. I don't think he'll get 20 goals plus or anything, but I think he'll get double figures personally, purely because there'll be players in or around him, much closer to him.
As long as they play like that style.
There we go. A ball in the middle again.
Yeah.
That was Rico Henry, people. There you go. He's not renowned for his goal scoring. Where's Masuaki when you need him, eh?
But that's the thing I said. I reported on Rico Henry is he's got, Brentford only conceded, I think it's like 30 odd goals last season. They're second behind Leeds for the whole of the season in the Championship. So they didn't concede a lot. And that's down to the fact that, is his name Thomas Frank, the manager, the head coach at Brentford, and his style of play, he predominantly plays a 4-3-3, but he's got a clever player in Rico Henry who can track, who can go forward, but he's always dependable in the back line. You can see him there, he's back again. But 2 minutes ago, he was up in the 18-yard line having a chance. He's always dependable and coming back and supporting his back four. That I do. I've seen a little bit of him last year in the Championship. He's tiny. Look at the size of him. I mean, he is absolutely tiny. But
your right backs and left backs don't necessarily have to be.
He can't help himself.
They don't necessarily have to be big guys, do they? There
he is again. But look at
he's got pace.
There he is.
That was an excellent goal.
Everything I said
by Rico Henry. There you go.
Everything I said there. He's
got absolute pace. Look at that.
The ability to go forward. Did you see? Rico Henry completely made that from nothing by just attacking. Look at his run now.
Look at the pace.
Look at his run.
Ryan Fredericks knew nothing about him following up there. He was ball watching.
I'm sorry. If they show that again, watch it now. Watch him. I'll stay with him. Now look, no one's out now. Fredericks. Now no one's with him again. No one's with him again. No one's with it. Yeah. It's not a great goal.
Fredericks was ball watching. Didn't know what was going on behind him. Look. Yeah, terrible. That's a really good counter attack. Really good goal.
Afternoon, Nigel. How are you, my friends?
How you doing, lads?
I'm good. How are you? Well, we're good. How are you?
Well, you get me on, dear. Oh dear, you get me on, and look what happens. It's
exactly.
that was poor defending, good attacking. They're a good attacking team, aren't they, Brentford?
Yeah, they
are. I don't think they'd have been embarrassed in the Premier League.
I think they've been very, very unlucky not to come up. And I've got a mate that's a Brentford fan. He said, moving into their new stadium next season. They were really confident that this was going to be their season, and I agree with you. I think you consider that Ollie Watkins and Ben Rama, two of their better players last season, aren't playing today. They don't look too bad, do they?
If Russ is watching, can we just point out? I hope he's not in charge of the bubble machines, because it was Brentford that scored, and they've switched the bubble machines on. Are they having a laugh?
Did you see he's in charge of the music team lineup at the start where they spelled half their names wrong?
I did. To be fair, I tweeted it out. I think obviously they've put the dyslexic kid in charge of doing the team sheet. They spelled Creswell wrong, one S.
Four nails.
I didn't see that one.
Four nails
with an E.
Yeah, and Wiltshire.
Watch Rico Henry again. There he goes. Look at his run. Sorry.
This is yeah, I just to comment. Obviously, the Saint is Anton, isn't it? Because obviously he was the Scottish one.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I don't think you're quite up to Greavesy though. You're more like Gravesy, Oh dear.
I've never pretended to be a live commentator. I couldn't do it. It takes a certain skill.
Yeah. It's not easy, is it? It's not easy. We all think we can do it, but I mean, I must admit, I would look at it and go, "Well, look, number 7," and I'm not good with names, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't know any of their players. I must admit, I don't really keep up with what Brentford are doing.
I think the only players that we know are the ones that Anton said earlier, the ones that we got linked to, and the only one that we are so-called linked to is Rico Henry, who
to be honest, is he a left back?
He's a left back that made the goal. Yeah.
I mean, I tweeted something out today. I put a team up on Twitter because I wanted, and it weren't really my team. My life.
Has he given it?
No, I think they flagged him offside.
I think that was a very dubious one. Very
VAR.
What were you going to say? You
tweeted I put a team out, and basically, I put a team out with substitutes and said to people, "Would you be happy with this team if it started?" And then I gave them 4 options. I did a Claret and Hugh poll, but obviously not on Claret and Hugh, where I gave them like good, I'm happy with that, no, or we're doomed. And typical the West Ham fan base, if you split it into 2 positives and 2 negatives, it's running at 50-50.
Right.
So the big ones were I can live with that or no. And then the 2 outer ones, which was yes or, we're doomed, were running less. But when you add the 2 negatives and 2 positives together, it was literally 52-48% on a positive, though. The big thing coming through for me was Creswell seems to be the scapegoat at the moment. And it's telling that it was Fredericks, who I didn't put in that team. I put him on the bench and played Johnson. That it was Fredericks where we concede the goal. Now, every West Ham fan can see we got a problem at left and right back.
Yeah.
I posed a question to one of the people: is it because of the protection they get in front? Because if you're a left back or a right back and you've got 2 people bearing down on you, you're going to be caught out no matter what. So you need the defender to help you.
I agree with that, but I think I think if you look at the goal that they just scored, no one tracked Rico Henry's run. Fredericks was, Fredericks was ball watching. He didn't even look behind him to position himself to see if Rico Henry was going to continue his run or not. He was watching the ball out wide. The West Ham player and the Brentford attacking player, he was ball watching that, and he should have just checked himself for a few seconds and gone, okay, that's going on there, what's going on behind me? He didn't look, and before you knew it, Rico Henry was on top of him and went way past him. Now, you could also argue if we had players like Souček in the team, in central midfield, then maybe Souček might have caught that. We've got very slow players in central defence today at the moment. Wilshere, Noble, they're not the fastest, are they? They're the sort of players that need space, look up and play the ball, etc. They're not going to, they're meant to be defensive-minded midfielders, but they're not. When teams are on a counter attack, they're not fast, are they? They won't close down like Souček will.
The but is though, this is exactly what pre-season is all about. Is seeing the weaknesses. Find that out. Yeah, to find that out, to see, if say Souček gets injured, do we have enough to cover that midfield area? We all know the weaknesses in the team, but do we have the strength and depth? And this is why we know come the second half, there's going to be dramatic changes and, maybe a slow change here, there and everywhere, just to see who fits in a little bit better. You may see someone.
Also, it's about seeing Wilshere out there.
Yeah.
Playing hopefully 75 minutes and not worry about let's see the way he uses the ball in an attacking wise against the defending wise. It's still a learning thing for Moyes, isn't it? In a way, to get, because he had, he didn't have him really. He could use him much, did he? To be fair. Yeah. So, and we know that Moyes, that Wilshere is always injured come like September. So he's obviously getting his game in August.
Apparently, there is talk about him going to America. It seems that David Beckham, with his new team Internazionale Miami, wants to bring Winston Reid and Jack Wilshere.
I love your in the know knowledge. Every player who's maybe slightly past it or injured is linked to America. I love it.
Well, it's not in the know. It's just doing your research. But apparently,
sorry,
it's apparently Wiltshire. Well, depending on what you read, favours
news now, isn't it?
News now. There you go. And I think it'll be the right move for Wiltshire. I think going to America, finishing his career off there.
Finishing his career?
He's only 28. 28.
Listen,
but it is ironic, isn't it? But
he's not. He's never been fit for us. So if this is the season where he's fit, I know people are going to scream me down. Keep him and see what he can do. You know,
I said that
At the
last
end-
season,
I
and I
do-
hope that's what would have happened last season. I agree.
do-
I agree with you. I
I
think
do
he's a
agree.
talent.
See, in the Ipswich game in particular, they put Anderson and Wilshere together just to see if they could spark something. Now, what they actually did attempt.
Some of us were at work, Anton. I don't want to just like cause dispersions, but I noticed that the game's kicked off at like something o'clock in the afternoon.
We remind people what time it kicked off at, and we didn't do a live stream because it wasn't live; it was recorded. So we don't tell people that, just in case my work's watching. Anyway,
Yeah.
Well, thankfully, we don't have to do that in midweek because the game's been called off. So we've only got next Saturday to do. And
But
someone asked, "Do you think we'll play another friendly?" It doesn't sound like it, Victor. I think that'll be it. Next week is the last pre-season.
well, they might.
far
I
as
mean,
I'm aware.
they might find other clubs that are wanting
They
a game.
might do, yeah.
An under the radar one.
Why did Reading call the game off? Do we know?
No, I don't know. So you got to be in the know to know that sort of information, mate.
He's probably gone to fat camp for this week after what he ate in Isle of Wight. To be fair, so I've not really hearing a lot of him. Either that or he's doing slim fast.
He came back. He came back and he messaged me a whole pile of stuff that I already knew, and then he sent me photos of the new stands, and I went,
Yeah, he's good at that.
I went, can we use that? Are we allowed to use that? He went, yeah, but you got to credit the club. And I'm like, sod that. And then about 30 seconds later, I looked on Facebook and Twitter. They were all over. They were all over the place.
It was because London Stadium tweeted out the images.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. There you go. Exactly. But I was whining. I was jesting with him. I was like, oh, am I allowed to use this? Only if you credit the club. Oh dear. Ken, good afternoon, mate. Fredericks Fabian showing why we need another right back and centre back. Yeah, agreed. Do agree. Guest star. I was a guest star, apparently.
I don't know about a star. You didn't shut up, to be fair. 3 hours. It was pitch black the time I got out of my shed.
Mate, I couldn't believe it was 3 hours.
Couldn't help but get the vibe that Stell was brought on for the comedy value.
Well, to be fair, right, the funny thing about it is I will tell you, is that is obviously me and Len did it on our own the week before, and there was something missing, and I thought, because we didn't have anyone to take the piss out of, and Stell's name came up first. I thought he could give us the transfer news and then we can just take the piss out of him. And he then said, when he said yes, he can come on, he actually said, yeah, but I ain't going to be a punching bag for you and Len. And me and Len laughed because we're thinking, well, that's going to be a short show then, isn't it, if he walks off? But to be fair, I was surprised with the amount of people that enjoyed Stell's performance. So I have sent him some of the message I've received.
And, greatly appreciated. I enjoyed it. I think it's a really, really good thing. Anton has been talking about doing a podcast for ages. And
well, you have got the face for podcasting, Stell.
What, me or Anton?
No, listen. I'll give credit where credit's due. I messaged Stell.
Control by Henry there.
I messaged Stell straight away and I said, "Listen, mate, your voice is good for that. It's quality." Like it was. I listened to it. I've still got an hour of the 24-hour show you recorded the other night. So listen to. But I mean, I literally I just have to put on in the background and go about my life and try and listen to your voices.
It is a long show. It is a long show.
That was a long one.
But no, it's good. And yes, Stell, you did do well, mate. It was good. Well done.
No, I enjoyed it. I think it was brilliant.
I'll tell you off there about the complaints still.
You what, mate?
I'll tell you off there about the complaints.
Oh, really? Did someone complain?
Not one.
I can only but guess it's.
I know.
Oh dear!
I know.
Dear.
Is that a specific name mentioned or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Anyway, yeah.
Hang on. I've just sent you a WhatsApp message.
Oh, right.
I know exactly who it is.
No.
There you go.
Right. Guys, half time, West Ham 1.
Half time already. 1. Goodness. So sorry about not bringing you much match coverage. We just, chat, don't we? But there you go.
Listen, I'm actually going to nip away. I'll be back in about 10 minutes. I'll let you chat.
All right. I'll do a couple of comments. I reckon we'll finish 12th. It'll be a reasonable expectation for us. There's plenty of talent in the squad. Anderson, Allaire, Diop and Balbuena. And if you keep Rice, it'll be a strong midfield. Agreed there, mate. Michael, good afternoon. Do you think Rice will stay? Yeah, I actually do. I mean, despite all this, mystery that's surrounding why he's not around, I think he will stay another season at least. Mist, good afternoon, mate. I think Allaire will be brilliant this season if he gets the service he needs. Absolutely. No, Masuaku shouldn't be anywhere near the squad. But there you go. JH, Allaire had success with Luka Jovic at his last club in a striking partnership. I wonder if we can get him along. A lot of people have been talking about that, but the reality is Luka Jovic earns about 160 grand a week. So I just don't think that'll happen. Yeah, someone's swearing, and so what we'll do, mate, we'll just block you so that you can't keep commenting. Goodbye. What else we got? Daniel, easy. Your defense is a bunch of shambles. We do not disagree, mate. We do not. We do need a stronger defense. Agreed. What else we got? Robert, I'm not a Hammers fan. Can someone explain the story behind blowing bubbles? No, perfect person. Nigel, can you explain the story behind blowing bubbles?
Well, there's two. There is actually two stories. There's the tale that is told about a boy called Billy Murray who went to Park School in East Ham. The teacher, the headmaster was also like a sort of scout, and he played for West Ham boys. He had hair that was like curly, like ringlets, and he looked like the Pears soap boy. And I believe I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles was written around 1919 in America. So it was a big around the time. I think Billy Murray was around the 1921, 1923 period, but perhaps a bit after. And they're saying that the fans watched this boy playing for the local boys team and coined the phrase and then sung in the song I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles because he looked like the Pears soap boy. The other story is, which is possibly true as well, is that we stole it from Swansea Town, which are Swansea City now. And basically it's possibly that the Welsh sang the song. We played them in a game in the 1920s, heard them sing it and copied it, but kept singing it longer than them. And there is a possibility that it could be that.
There you go. I told you he'd have the answer, didn't I? I told you.
Yeah, the Swansea one it's hard because if you think a lot, if you go back on a Saturday and a Sunday morning, they will play the big match revisited. If you listen to the games in the 70s, you'll hear Man United fans singing "You'll Never Walk Alone."
Oh, really?
Yeah? And this is the thing. A lot of fans used to sing "You'll Never Walk Alone" because they would copy songs from other clubs. Now you remember, "You'll Never Walk Alone."
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
"You'll Never Walk Alone" was done by Jerry and the Pacemakers, who were Liverpudlian. But because of the connotations of the song, it wasn't written for Liverpool Football Club. A lot of clubs used to take pop songs and sing them or whatever, convert them into the way that they wanted to in the 60s and 70s when songs and chants really took off. Obviously, we have had bubbles. We have sung bubbles since before the war in the 1920s. It's documented. So, but I mean, you think Liverpool with "You'll Never Walk Alone," it's always associated with them. Wasn't a song until the 60s, was it? I think it comes from. I don't know if it's from Carousel, which people may not know this. I think it was written by American, and it's a song from the musical Carousel. But obviously, it didn't become big at Liverpool until Jerry and the Pacemakers sang it.
There you go. There you go. So, the historian. He is a football historian, this lad. You know, and it's like, you know, you ask a question like that.
Do you know what that is still? That's being a sad bastard, if I can say that, mate. I openly admit it, you know, that's what's what it, you know, that's what
fascinating stuff though. I think it's really fascinating stuff. So.
Yeah, it's But as I say, it's difficult with the Bubbles one to actually say, because Swansea fans have claimed that it was sung by their club in the early 1920s.
But it's interesting that they didn't continue to sing that.
No, yeah, but there's lots of songs. At the end of the day, Knees Up Mother Brown, the Great West Ham website, is named after the fact we used to sing Knees Up Mother Brown. Don't sing that anymore, do we? But that was more of a terrace song, because Knees Up Mother Brown coincided with the git behind you singing it, near you in the back, as the crowd swayed down. So when they used to sing that on the North Bank, I got out of the way. Because it meant they were coming down. The songs that we used to sing back then that we don't sing now, are endless. But obviously, Bubbles is one that we whether we were the original singers of it or whether we co-opted it, it is associated with obviously us now. I'll send you. Actually, I got sent, but in Germany. My friend in Germany sent me a version of Bubbles by a German singer from the 60s. And the lyrics have got nothing to do with I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles. But when you listen to the tune, so you hear all these German words and it's like I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles. It is the music is I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles, but it's all about a man leaving a woman. Perhaps I'll bring that up on the podcast this week.
That'd be good. That'd be good.
Yeah. So it's quite, because I translated the lyrics. My mate sent me the song and I looked it up and I thought, I didn't know Bubbles looked like that in German. And then when I read the lyrics, it was
nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, it was nothing to do with. I've got the lyrics here. If people were bored.
Robert, I hope that answered your question. I mean, I'll tell you what, Nigel, if you've never heard any of his shows or anything, Nigel does a I know you're not a West Ham fan, but Nigel does a brief history of West Ham series. When's part 4 coming out, mate?
When I could be bothered to make it. I've wrote it because what I find is I have to write it first, and now I need to set all the videos up. So it's about Sid King, the first manager. So in German, Bubbles, the chorus, instead of saying I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles, it's I can't live without you, I can't be without you, come back, I want to forgive you, don't leave me alone for too long.
That sounds like a song. Think of one of the top players that we sold, and then we can start singing that.
That's
about
what
him.
I'm saying. I think I'm going to try and get this German Bubbles song to be to take off.
Let's bring us up to date. What are the comments we got? Would take Ian. Good afternoon. Would take 80 million for Declan Rice and buy a decent left back and a decent right back. Lack of strength for both and very poor options going forward. I would agree. But how much would it cost to replace Declan Rice, mate? So let's say, for argument's sake, we spend, I don't know, 10 million on a right back and 10 million on a left back. So we've got 60 million left. I mean, would we be able to buy a player as decent, upcoming, and as decent as him? I don't know. Cutting your nose off to spite your face, I think. But get what you're saying.
Who is out there, though? So give me another Declan Rice. Give me another
exactly.
Declan Rice.
Give me another Declan Rice. Exactly. We got another guest coming on. Look at this. Here we go. Hello, mate.
Hello.
Oh.
Hang on a minute. Are you coming on because you haven't had your delivery made today? You can ask Nigel for his delivery.
I was going to have words because we've got no food up here, so can you have words?
But we're back open next week, Russ.
Good. I'm a bit hungry. We've got nothing up here. I'm literally sat here.
Look at that. Look, the button monkey. Look at that. Look. Can I just say something, Russ? I'm glad you're on, actually, because I've got not a bone to pick with you. But what I have noticed is when we score goals, we started playing music.
Yeah. That's not. That wasn't me. That was.
I just got it. You're. Hang on. Russ is at the stadium.
He's at the stadium. Yeah.
Ding.
Ding.
I completely forgot you were there.
Yeah.
Oh, there we are. Look at that. Now that is exclusive. That is exclusive.
That's exclusive content.
So the worst thing for you, Russ, is I sit about 30 seats away from your box.
Oh, you've never.
I'm going to be coming up.
Oh no! Bang on the window.
Is there a
Banging on
glass
the
window
window.
there, Russ?
If you like, play more Foo Fighters.
Well, yes. that would be rad. Oh,
Yeah.
dear.
Oh,
How's it going? What's the atmosphere like there, Russ?
Well, it's palatable, really. It's like there's there's
I was
me and four
disappointed
blokes.
everyone walked out when they equalised. Dear, oh
Yeah,
dear.
well, you just don't get true fans anymore now, do you? Don't wait for 90 minutes. And there is a problem with the bubbles machine. I've come online to tell you that.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, that was. I'll take it you're not the bubble man then.
No, because you said it, and I was like, "What?" And I looked at the live stream, and I was like, "Yeah, there's like random bubbles, like," and it's like the machine's broke. So
there's a geezer standing there going like that.
Yeah,
Stop bleeding, blowing bubbles.
And I can't get down there because I'm only amber, and that's got to be red, so I can't go down there. So I'm trying to text someone to text in to tell him about the bubble machine because you said it, Nigel.
Yeah, that's right.
So there you go. Got to pull
There
some
you go.
strings.
There you go. How are you, mate?
Yeah, not
Recovered
bad.
from the other night? Really good show on
That was good
Thursday.
fun, wasn't it?
Really
yeah, it was
good
man.
show. Yeah.
They've, I think we're over. I think it's almost 10 grand now because people are still donating, which is really, really cool. And I know John's. I think John's, really looking at ways that they can get a new van and stuff like that and stuff. So it's it was brilliant, man. It's good fun. Thank you.
Get a new van.
A new van.
I've got one. I can sell them actually.
You don't want to buy a van off this man.
yours for $9.5 grand. Yeah.
$9.5 grand. You just got to pay congestion charge every time you drive it. Don't worry.
And if anyone asks you,
apparently tell John that Nigel's got a bone to pick with him because he wasn't. Oh, actually, maybe it's
I
a
think
bone to
they
pick with
know.
you.
Yeah, with me. We know.
I think you got to do. I think I was really disappointed with Anton. I don't know where he's gone, but I was really disappointed with his performance. I think you got to do. You got to do another one, a veterans one this time.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm going to do. I think that there's a nice another niche for some West Ham game. I want to do a price play cards right. That'd be good. Like we do that one.
Who's going to be the Dolly Bird?
Nice. I was thinking, back as you said,
I've worn bikini once. I'll keep that photograph hidden.
Let's hope you do.
And I was sober.
Oh God, yeah. And then we might do. Yeah, I think we might do a few game shows. Like do a few because it was quite fun, wasn't it? Just getting everyone together. And deal or no deal. It might be quite a funny one, but we'll have a go. Yeah, it's quite good fun. And we'll see what happens.
Deal or no deal. Sell rice for 50 million.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where's the banker?
Where's the banker? Yeah. Here he is. He says deal.
He is the banker.
Oh, dear. I thought it was funny when every time Stell mentioned a player in the first half, they got injured.
Yeah. Well, Rico Henry got
As
injured
long as-
and then he went up and that's a great
it was.
counter attack, wasn't it? He looks decent, doesn't he?
They're just coming out. We've got to play bubbles. There we go.
All right, mate.
This is
Put it
live.
on.
Nice,
Let's
nice.
listen.
This is live.
I'm going to sing the German lyrics.
Okay. I'll even turn it up on the board.
And we don't even have to. We're not even going to get done for copyright here because he's actually playing it. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. There we go. Looks like some subs as well.
Well, since you're the pro, you got to announce them.
Yeah.
Good idea, actually.
I ain't got a team sheet, so it's a bit. I know, but I can see. Yeah, cut. I tell you, all that paper. All that printing costs. We've got. It looks like almost a completely new team.
Oh, really?
Like we've got Bowen, Fred. Did Fredericks play first? Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Do we know who's off?
No, Lanzini, Anderson's on, Stell's favourites on, and Antonio. So it's a completely new team, I think, isn't it? Apart from Bonner and Fabianski. Yeah.
Okay, we'll catch up with that and we'll put that team used up.
Yeah. Live roving reporter.
How you
There
doing,
you
Rob?
go.
Well, mate?
It's an exclusive. He's coming live from the stadium, mate.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I sent him the links there when I forgot to tell you.
Oh,
Well,
thanks for that.
just gave him a little. I thought it'd be quite funny, so that's why I know. I was watching it, and I thought, you know, I have to come on, even to just right the wrongs of Nigel, accusing me of being the Bubbles man.
It's not often I'm wrong. I do apologise.
Yeah.
Oh.
It still looks like there's a problem with the machine. We'll have to see what happens second half. But this
Clearly, that
exciting.
message didn't get down to you. So
There's got to be a problem. There's got to be a problem, machine, because the bubbles are actually floating in the air instead of dropping to the floor like they normally do, because they probably get the mixture wrong.
Do you remember
Dear,
down
oh
at
dear.
the old ground, particularly?
Yeah.
There was always like a puddle, and that was just one
Puddle
day
of
you
dead
thought,
bubbles
Yeah.
look like they've been shot.
Yeah,
They're
just all on the floor.
Yeah, because they
You
get the
think-
mixture wrong.
They must have done.
Using the wrong type of fairy. They're probably using that cost cutter stuff.
Yeah, it didn't go platinum.
Yeah, dear, oh dear.
That's 145 in co-op. So yeah, that's some serious money there. But yeah, almost a completely just back of the football. It's a completely different team. Looks like apart from Balbuena and Ugbonna look like the only Fredericks. So
Fabianski's still in goal.
Fabianski's still in goal. We've got Masuaku left back. It looks like we've got Bowen. Looks like we've got on the right Anderson on the left. Lanzini in the middle with Souček and
Antonio.
Antonio up front. And then 33.
Go on,
Who's
Anderson.
33?
That was poor. It's 33.
Is it Coventry or Cullen? I can't see from up here.
Cullen is 33.
Yeah, it's Cullen.
Coventry's 11. Is
Yeah,
Cullen on, is he?
Yeah, Cullen's on. Yeah, so they've taken like all the whole midfield up front and the left back off.
Did they do a program for today, Ross?
No,
No.
It looks. I was trying to see if I can get a copy, like the old school. You know, like we used to go to reserve teams. And we used to get like the A5 printout. I've seen a couple, but there's only anyone in the press room. So
you mean like that?
yeah, like that. You know,
Just to hand. I've got a big pack of them.
you know.
From 1983, Saturday the 3rd of September.
That's mental, isn't it? Yeah.
Martin Allen played for QPR that day. There you go.
Good old
Glenn
Mad Dog.
Roeder played for QPR as well. Dear, oh dear.
Really? Fantastic.
There you go.
Very good. No, it's yeah, it's not very exciting stuff, is it? These things never are really pre-season, aren't they, to be fair?
No, well, normally we use them, aren't they? When it was the Betway Cup or the Bobby Moore Trophy or whatever they wanted to call it. I mean, the Betway Trophy was a cup that we invented and still couldn't win.
Well, we're through to the final again next week.
Oh, who we got next week?
Bournemouth.
Oh, is that in the Betway Cup, is it?
That's the Betway Cup.
Today's game is Betway Cup as well, isn't it?
No.
Is it not? I thought today's game and then Reading and Bournemouth. I thought they were all Betway Cup.
No, it's just they always have one, don't they? So it's
Well, we're that
always the
desperate to
Saturday
win it.
before.
We've come up with 3 of them.
It's like the Intertoto, wasn't it? When there was 3 winners.
Yeah.
Straight up final. That's it.
That's what I mean. It's like the World Series in baseball, and it's always 2 American teams, isn't it? We always get through to the final with the Betway.
I'm going to put up the team below.
Well, I was just about to do the same, but I couldn't. There's one player I'm missing.
They're all there. Just trying-
Okay.
They're not the starting 11 anymore. So change that and get them in. Then put it along the bottom. You can see you've got Fabianski, Fredericks, Balbuena, Ogbonna, Creswell.
No,
Creswell's not on.
Creswell's
That's
off.
That's what I was
Masuaku.
looking for, the 11th player.
No, he's there. They're there. I've just put 12 in.
For 12 in, might as well.
And we still won't win.
There we go. Fabianski, Fredericks, Balbuena, Ogbonna, Masuaku, Souček, Cullen, Lanzini, Bowen, Anderson, Antonio.
Right, coming in. What was stronger, first half team or second half team?
Well, Masuaku's on, so it's obvious.
Oh, dear, oh dear.
Honestly.
one player don't weaken a team.
I think this one's slightly
Roberto
stronger. It's
versus
interesting
Nigel?
though.
You think this team's stronger?
I think
On paper, I would say it's stronger by not much.
See, I'm going for the first half team. I think was looked for stronger for me.
What with Diangana, Yarmolenko?
Yeah.
I think it's the Souček effect in the midfield. It's just
I think central. Yeah, I was going to say in central defence with Souček there. Cullen would be
I
interesting to
fit
see what he
Wilshere
does.
matches up to Souček though for me.
really.
I think.
Hold up, a fit Wilshere. Yeah, I'm thinking a
yeah.
Wilshere that played for England matches up with Souček.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that
Yeah,
was
I agree.
Wilshere how many years ago, Nigel?
Well, don't split hairs with me.
There you go.
You know?
This was a comment earlier on. We should replace Wiltshire with Souček. Done. Fredericks with Johnson. Not done. Swap Yarmolenko with Bowen. Done. Yeah. So got a couple of those right.
There he is again, Rico Henry.
He's quick, isn't he?
How far, Russ? What's the? I mean, for example, you can probably see our stream. So Fabianski's got the ball. Where are you at? Is he?
Right. Okay. Yeah, Fabianski's well gone. We're attacking. I'll try and match it up next time, but there is obviously quite a delay.
Yeah, just intrigued to know the exact kind of.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out. Okay, well, Anderson just lost the ball there, so we'll see.
So if he's just lost the ball, let's have a look and see.
Yeah.
Well, Anderson ain't got the ball yet.
No, exactly.
He's just about to, though, isn't he?
Cool, Russ is like a time traveller, isn't he? He's like Doctor Who.
Right there.
Here we go. Look, he's gonna. Now we know he's gonna lose it. Thanks for spoiling it. Oh no.
No, you ain't lost it yet. No.
Yeah.
Fuck. You're a long way away anyway.
What car does Canning Town Len drive?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
actually, I want to know this now. Before I don't worry, he's only watching.
Yeah. No, I was very impressed. I was in the middle of an interview actually. We're doing no. We was doing Andy Bryan from Hammers United. We was interviewing him, and like it's really lovely. I won't say what colour it is and do it white spotted, but it's a lovely Porsche, beautiful Porsche. Pulled up.
He's a bit of a Canning Town. I'm getting a bit. Is this all?
You don't have a pulse in Canning Town, I'll tell you.
No,
Is this a bit of a put on? Does he put on that accent and does he pretend he's from Canning Town?
He ain't from He's probably Islington. It's Islington Len. It's Islington Len now.
Islington Len.
He's got all Tony Blair on us.
Is he watching? Are you on, Len? Defend yourself, mate. Bloody Porsche. What's going on?
Very nice, beautiful, really nice,
Was it?
nice and shiny. Like
What colour was it?
I won't say what colour it is because people might spot him. But
There's
yeah,
more than one Pulse in London. I hate to disappoint you, Russ.
not around Hornchurch. That's why.
I don't know, mate. My mum lives round the corner to you. There's a few Pulses round there.
Yeah, not me.
Not the bit you live, the bit where she lives, though. My mum lives by Emerson Park train station, Russ. So,
so that is
yeah.
That ain't long. That ain't far. What is it? About 5 minutes.
2 minutes away. Yeah, literally.
Could make difference in social economic distances, and there's 5 minutes from Hornchurch to Emerson Park.
Yeah,
God, a lot of money on there. We moved across the road and it was like 50 grand, ridiculous.
I think you got to put that in one of your competitions. What car does Canning Town Len drive, and what colour?
What colour?
Yeah.
That'll be the
does he have a personalised number plate? CTL.
I didn't see the number plate. Didn't see that. But I just went, nice car, Ken. No, not Len, but Ken. Nice car, Len. He went, I've had a good career.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, those drawings are all added up, innit?
Yeah, he's done well.
Nick Metalhead, good afternoon. I'm embarrassed because all I recognise out of that is my name. I don't know what the rest means because I don't read Greek.
What one's your name?
The 1, 2, 3, the fourth word in Stayop.
What words, mate? It's just scribble.
Do you want me to translate for you still? Because I don't think you do, mate.
No, I don't want you to translate.
It's about
Thank
being a star. He's a guest star. It says something.
Daniel Wright has been kicked off because he's a complete dick. So we booted him off. What else we got?
Great touch by Masuaku. Great foul by Masuaku.
Got us a game on. Sorry.
This is this young French international boy.
What, the one that just signed?
Yeah, he signed last season. Yeah, he's a great player.
Right, his car's red, people.
Car's red.
All right.
He's not watching.
Scott's fucking red Porsche, yeah.
He's just told me.
Is he not watching, or is he? He is
He
watching.
can't be because he's asked me. He said red. Why?
No.
You said it. I didn't say it. Yeah.
Oh dear. Done him like a kipper.
Oh,
No, I better reply. No reason.
no reason. There's just 500 people on a live stream watching it.
There
don't
you
worry
go.
about it,
500 go away. They don't get 500
That's
watching.
yeah.
this.
What was that for?
Russ, we don't get that number, mate. We don't get that
Have
number.
you miscounted? I think it was 5.00.
Oh dear, ye of little faith. We're on the up, as you
dear.
said in your podcast.
Yeah,
We're on the up.
it's Channel 5. I think I said. Not,
When do we upgrade? When do we upgrade, Nigel?
well, you done well, innit? New blood, innit?
Blood.
JH, can we make the comments smaller when they come? We can't, can we?
Well, we'll stop putting them up as much then.
Yeah.
Well,
can't,
you know,
yeah.
I want to get everyone to have a say.
Or just have them up quickly and then get rid of them quickly.
Or have two screens and have it shown on the big screen. So you can put what you like there because I've got it up on my bigger screen.
This keeps coming up a lot. Hang on. Masu should be given a chance at left wing. No, we got better. Dan Garner's better than him. Even Anderson's better than him. Even I'm better than him, and I'm twice his age. So there you go.
Bowen, I know he plays Bowen on the right. Remember, Bowen's left
Bowen on
footed.
the right. Yeah.
So Bowen, we could easily have Bowen on the left as well.
Could, exactly.
And I swear the last time he played left wing, that's why Len's just text me. The last time he played, it was Wigan away when he spat in that geezer's face and got sent off in the
There
cup.
you go. There you go.
I'm not saying that's why he spat in the geezer's face, because he was playing left wing and he had the ump. But
He should have been sold there and then.
Well,
He
to
should
be
have been
fair,
sold.
at the time, I was that was my point of view. The spit in the geezer's face was
Despicable.
despicable. Whether there was provocation or not, who knows?
Doesn't matter. Shouldn't
No.
do that as a footballer. Do you think we should sign? We will sign Rico Henry and Matty Cash? No, I don't. I don't know what you guys think. I don't think we'll sign either. Like to, but would you take Tomori, Ampadu, and Barkley for Rice? Comments, lads. Would you take 3 players in exchange for Rice?
No.
Agreed.
And Ben Johnson's just coming on. We'll see how quick. There we go for Fredericks.
Fredericks is coming off. Yeah.
Well, of course,
Live commentary.
the colour of Len's car now has kicked off a discussion between 3 of us, and from that we can gather that Sean reckons he wears black silky underwear. So this is the type of conversation that that goes on WhatsApp, people.
I cannot confirm nor
There you
deny.
go. So just to embarrass Sean that little bit more, he's obviously not watching either. So
Well, they're missing out. They're missing out.
They
on
are missing out.
Comedy gold.
Dear, oh dear.
Who went off there? Was that Fredericks?
Yeah.
Don't all cheer. Who's number 31?
Johnson.
Oh, right, there you go.
Masuaku is a weak defender. Agreed. Creswell's non-existent. Kind of agreed. Therefore, Masuaku should be in the team. I don't know how you work that out. But why have an inefficient Creswell anywhere near the team? Because surprisingly enough, Creswell's stats for goal scoring and defending are actually far better than Masuaku's. So there you go. A 30-year-old Creswell is still better than a 26-year-old Masuaku. And that's not me just being against Masuaku, it's fact. I'm doing a show on. That's it. I've decided I'm doing a special on Masuaku and Creswell, and actually I'll do a special on left backs and just demonstrate how poor Masuaku has been.
Brentford are, pre-season aside, Brentford are a good side, good attacking side. They've caused us problems today.
Russ, when you leave the stadium today, mate, avoid Lord Dalek. He's outside.
Yeah. I'll keep well away.
You can't miss him. He's about that eye, and he's got this big thing like that, like a suction thing out there. But
I'm
you
walking
make your way to the stairs. He'll never get down them.
Yes, good plan.
Is anyone intent on actually? Have we commentated on the game itself at all in this half? We haven't, have we?
No.
Oh well.
It's a friendly, isn't it? So
It's a friendly.
Well, a West Ham player's on the ball and he's giving it to Anderson. Anderson is now played it inside.
Yes.
Masuaku
Right.
pings the ball out wide. And
Here we
go
go.
with it. Here we go. Bowen now out on the left. He's cutting into the edge of the box.
He's
playing
auditioning for the
across.
BBC.
Oh, they've lost the ball out. Brentford now on the attack, breaking out, overplayed the ball.
God, Nigel!
Fredericks has now got the ball.
This is a goal.
Fredericks ain't on the pitch.
This is a goal.
Comes the ball over. Anderson picks the ball out wide left.
Keep going, Nigel. It's a goal. Go on, keep
Antonio breaking through the middle. Shoulders off one, two to the face.
Look.
Lays it off. Bowen.
2-0.
Souček.
All made by Antonio there. Fantastic run by Antonio.
Nigel, mate, you
Yeah,
carry on. Fire in.
I'm like Motti, aren't I?
Yeah.
It really
The
was
whole-
quality, mate. That was good.
It's like,
I
it's
gave a
like,
little bit of positivity there to the West Ham side. Great goal by
There you
West
go,
Ham.
see? And the whole Brentford team is now coming off, apart from the goalkeeper, it seems now.
Great work by Antonio, though.
this is the thing. I think I said it a few weeks ago about how sometimes, you know, attacking wise, we're really good. We didn't need Eze Erebechi. Everybody getting wound up about him.
Nah.
We didn't need him. Attacking wise, we have got goals in this team.
Agreed.
You know,
Agreed.
we will concede though. But
Yeah.
you know, as I said, goals are fun. You know, you draw 3-3, you've watched a good game. You know, we were talking about that Bradford game that Russ quite rightly put me right. It was 5-4. I don't know why I put 4-3, bloody idiot. Because I think we were. Was it 2-2 at half time, and then we went 4-2 down.
It was when Moncur scored and then gave away a penalty straight away.
Yes, that screamer. And Jamie Lawrence with the red hair got 2 for Bradford.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
That's
for Brentford,
right.
yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
So we, you know, everybody remembers that game. You know, you think we allowed Bradford, who, let's face it, everybody thought at that time was the worst team to ever be in the Premier League. We allowed them to score 4 goals. We won the game 5-4. People poured out of there, seen a brilliant game of football, over the moon, excited. That's what people love, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are going to, you know, concede a few. But
Did am I correct or if I'm wrong? Dean Saunders, did he play for Bradford then?
yeah, in fact, when Di Canio was waving to go off, so when Di Canio went mad, he got brought down. Should have had 3 penalties, 2
remember
were
that,
stone wallers.
He was like that.
He's like that, running over. He runs over to Redknapp. I was on the chicken run. He's run over. He sits down on the pitch. How he's trying to get him up. Dean Saunders has gone up the other end and hit the post to make it 5-2.
Yeah.
Hit the post, Dean Saunders. And it was the game for me. Probably I've got the whole game on video. I've got the whole 90 minutes. If you say to me, you're only allowed to watch one game now for the rest of your life, that is the game I watch, because it's got everything. It's better than any cup final, anything. Yeah, we win trophies and brilliant. But one game to watch just for the rest of your life, it'd be that Bradford 5-4
Sheer
game.
entertainment for the whole
Yeah,
game.
yeah. It was like carnage.
Here's one for you, Russ, from Luke. The big question is, will me and Russ ever do a Hammers 11?
Luke, we've been trying to sort this out for ages. Yes, just message me. You get sorted. We'll get sorted, man.
Russ, do you have a favourite? My Hammers.
But
But you're not allowed to include us 3 because I know we'd be in it.
that's my top 3. No, go on.
Go on. No, go on. You answer. I've got an idea. Go on. You answer first.
My favourite was John Moncur. I loved interviewing John Moncur. I think he's brilliant. And my 11, and I did my own 11 right at the beginning, and in some exclusive news at Irons United, one of my 11 I'm going to be interviewing very, very soon, which I'm very, very excited about. So yeah, but it's all fun. Everyone you interview is brilliant. Every story you have is brilliant, and I love it. It's just so nice just talking to people about West Ham, and everyone's journey is different. But you know, everyone's whether they're from you know an Inter like you Nige, or whether they're from I don't know India. Everyone's sort of
Or Greece.
West Ham. Or Greece.
Cyprus.
Sorry.
Or as Mark wants to say, Istanbul. No, mate,
Yeah.
you got the wrong country. I was
think
going to ask you,
we've got
Russ.
to give Mark the name now, transfer, haven't we? Surely till the end of September.
I was about to ask Russ a question. He's gone.
Oh,
No,
he's gone.
sorry.
Are you there?
Yeah,
I was going to ask you.
The
You
Premier
need
League
someone.
have asked him to cut the live stream.
He cut you off because you didn't say Stells was the best 11, Russ. He cut you off, mate.
I know. That's because I didn't say any of you three, but no, I love it all.
I noticed Stell didn't pick Lazaridis, the
There you
only
go.
Greek-sounding
He
name
never played
player,
for
you know,
West
and he
Ham.
didn't even pick him. What type of loyalty is that, Stell?
I was going to ask you, mate. Is anyone interviewing you to do your Hammers 11?
I did it like the first ever video was me doing it to camera, my own one.
Oh, right. Okay.
But yeah, it was literally like whenever it was 4 or 5 months ago. But yeah, no, I did mine. Yeah, I did mine. I was the first one, and then I think we had So I had Fabianski. I had so it was a good shot by Brentford. Fabianski. I had Julian, Rio, Ian Pearce, Sebastian Schemmel, and then I had Payet, Joe Cole, Mark Noble, Sinclair, and then Di Canio Ashton up front. But yeah,
I would have thought that when Anton did his, he would have given his. Would there have been 11 Scottish players that have played for West Ham in every position?
Yeah.
Could have done that. At what? Even a goalie? Oh,
Yeah, Bobby Ferguson.
Bobby Ferguson. Yeah.
I
But not in
think-
his lifetime.
I think Laurie Leslie was Scottish as well. Just to go even for your dad will know. I don't know if Jim's watching. I'm pretty sure Laurie Leslie was Scottish.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
It was before Jim Standen.
Who's Dad's favourite keeper?
Who's standing?
Jim Standen, yeah.
Yeah,
Bobby Ferguson, I think we signed him from apparently my second team, Kilmarnock.
Kilmarnock, yes.
Kilmarnock.
It was. And this is I don't know if you know the true story of the signing of Bobby Ferguson.
There we go.
Is
Here we go. Go on.
The
There we
real
go.
history of West Ham.
This is true, yeah. So it's 1967, and the best goalkeeper in the world was Gordon Banks, and Gordon wanted to leave Stoke City. No, Leicester. So Leicester had Peter Shilton in reserve, and Gordon Banks was at Leicester and wanted out of Leicester, and West Ham had the opportunity to sign Gordon Banks. But because Ron Greenwood was a gentleman and had already shook hands with the people at Kilmarnock,
Kilmarnock. That's
I've
just up the road from Kilmarnock.
Yeah. Kilmarnock. It's what I'm renaming it when I buy the club. It's for fiver. It's up to sell. So when he shook hands with the people at Kilmarnock from Bobby Ferguson, instead of signing Gordon Banks in 1967, we signed Bobby Ferguson.
The year after we won the World Cup.
How about that?
God.
And that is a true story, people.
Oh, well.
And Michael Caine, not many people know that.
He played a lot of games for West Ham.
He did. He did. I think he left 1980 after the cup final to go to Australia, and he did it without committing a crime. So, which was pretty decent. Even though he wasn't the best, but he wasn't the worst.
Yeah, no,
you got to remember at various points in his career, he struggled because obviously he's brought in to replace Jim Standen. Jim Standen went to America where he still lives. We sold him to Detroit, and we bring in Bobby Ferguson, but then you think. Early 70s, we had Mervyn Day, who was like a teenage goalkeeper. 1973, 74, I think more 74, we bring Mervyn Day in because obviously West Ham was struggling. I think we were lucky to stay up. Bobby Moore's last season, we didn't do too well. And then they bring Mervyn Day in. Then Mervyn Day, when I was a kid, his nickname was Fingers, and he had a lot of problems catching the ball and coming up his line. Bobby Ferguson came back in for a spell, but then they felt they went down the Phil Parkes route, and then that was the end. But I mean, Bobby Ferguson, I remember meeting him as a little kid in the tea bar at West Ham during the game, standing next to him. And you think this was a first team player who weren't playing that day at a West Ham game, and he's just standing in the tea bar at the Upper West having a cup of tea, and he was just standing there. And we've walked in with my uncle and started talking to him.
Cool, yeah. That's my fellow Irons United subscribers, is the real history of West Ham. Check Nigel's channel, The Real History of West Ham. Yeah.
Every time we talk to him, we should just start playing start recording, and then put all the bits together and just play it
as one big video. Just don't tell him.
Just not tell him. So, and by the way, Nigel's just done another show for us. He doesn't know it, but here it is.
Yeah. We're on the attack here, but Russ hasn't jumped up, so obviously we're not scoring in the next minute.
How far ahead are you, Russ?
Right, Brentford have just taken a throw on from number 30 from the right side. So we'll see.
Brentford has just taken a throw on, so we are
75. It was
Masuaku on the ball.
Masuaku
plays, yeah.
40 seconds behind. There you go. All right, lads. Will West Ham? Will West Ham finish in the top 10 this season? No.
Possibly 10th.
And that would be considered a good season, I guess.
Well, there's a funny thing is where do people think West Ham fit in the scheme of things as a club?
Yeah.
Because we've only finished top 3 once. We've only finished top 5 twice. Before we'd finished 3rd in 86 and 5th under Redknapp, our best finish was 6th place, which we've done about 7 times. So historically, West Ham's never been a top 6 team.
When was the last time, though, that West Ham have gone through, say, a summer and not had big changes in terms of outgoings and incomings? So this is out with the pandemic, it's potentially brought an opportunity for our squad to, like what you said, Nigel, before.
Evolution, not revolution.
Yeah, 100%. And it could. We don't really know what we're going into next season with this West Ham squad. How many times is that Antonio gone down? By the way.
Yeah. It looks like he's going off, and Coventry's coming on.
Oh.
So who's going to go up front?
Considering we're a minute behind us, that means he's got a proper injury.
Yeah.
He's done. Is it his hamstring?
His
hip.
So if Coventry's coming on, who they're going to stick up front? We don't have a striker.
Anderson, I think they'll probably push him up the air.
Yeah. Here's a comment for Nigel. Great commentary by Sean's minion.
Yeah, that is true. I'll tell you. Dear, oh dear.
Listen, thanks to who is it? Thickret Attack, who's actually donated $8.
Oh, really? Do you four stooges think West Ham will be relegated or save themselves before the last game?
That's Aussie dollars. That's about £2, isn't it? Sorry, Thickret.
It's all gratefully accepted, Thickret. Thank you, mate.
Yeah, thank you very much, mate.
Perhaps we should read out what he said, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he paid a £5 to do it. I mean,
go on, Stel.
Do you four stooges think West Ham will get relegated or save themselves before the last game? Either way, I hope you beat Arsenal and Chelsea home and away. No, I don't think we're going to have that bad a season this season. What about you guys?
Silence.
Just gathering my thoughts. I can see us finishing between 10th and 14th spot. And bearing in mind, in that could be separated by 2 points and a bit of goal difference between 10 and 14. And that could be one bad refereeing decision, a defender slipping over when we don't win the game, we get a draw.
VAR against us again.
Yeah, well, you say that, but VAR don't get the decisions wrong. It's just the way they get to the decisions. A lot of people had the problem with, and now it should be scrapped. That, for me, if a bloke's an inch offside, he's offside. But do we want a bloke to be flagged offside when he's only offside by an inch?
Yeah.
That's,
Russ,
for me.
I agree with Nigel.
Struggling or
I think we'll be. I think we're sort of 12th position this season. I reckon safe by February time. I hope. I just think we've. It's not in a way. Anton was saying how this is probably one of the first seasons not going to see real wholesale changes, and actually that might not be a bad thing because towards the end of the season we were actually on a bit of form. Although we know one or two players from the main sort of 11, and we're pretty much up sheet creek. Like with Fabianski last season, he's an injury away from. Obviously Roberto's not there anymore now, but still. But yeah, 12th, I reckon. I wouldn't mind an uneventful season, just because it's been a bit squeaky bum for the last couple of seasons.
I wouldn't mind a good cup run.
Yeah,
a boring season in the league, but a good cup run.
What's a good cup run, though?
Final.
Fucking hell. I'd see. For me, I always used to say I'd like West Ham to stay up and get to the semi-final.
Yeah, I'm exaggerating with final, but
semi-final of a cup, and then it's in the lap of the gods. Masuaku on the ball. What a bit of skill there! See that away. He sold that number 16 from Brentford, playing the ball out wide. Anson's gone out wide now to the right.
Let's move on. Anton, where are we finishing in the league?
I need time to think about it.
Well, while you're thinking about it, Gary's got a question. Nigel, why are your podcasts not on CNH? Because apparently the last two podcasts have not been promoted on Claret and Hugh.
Well, no, that's not true because it's not a Claret and Hugh podcast, is it?
Yeah, but I think what Gary means there is usually when Sean's there, he'll promote it on Claret and Hugh. He's not been there the last 2 weeks, and apparently there's been no advertising.
Well, I didn't know he did that in the first because I don't read Claret.
You don't read Claret and Hugh.
So, only when I get really suckered in by one of his brilliant titles. The one where you think that story's so bad, I've got to read it. Because when I slaughter him, I've got to know what I'm slaughtering him for.
Are you talking about the clickbait titles that still
the clickbait title, like the one where
on the clickbait king.
He put a story up yesterday with his spreadsheet where we're 11th in amount of money spent this transfer window.
This one.
Right, yeah. So this is the thing. Now, luckily, I didn't need to read the articles because he'd already spent me a spreadsheet. But people were complaining about the article because he's basing that on that we've signed Souček. But where it falls apart is people have got good memories and remember that someone, i.e. Sean, put Souček in the January window when showing how much money in another article a couple of months ago. So I pointed out to him directly, you can't do that. You put Souček in January, make your mind up.
Can't do it again, yeah.
To which he replied, I can do what I like. Which is true, he can. But then the reaction he got on Twitter made me chuckle because he got the reaction. People were going to him, hold up, you said Souček was a January signing. You can't do both.
Your screen's frozen. We can still hear you, but your screen's frozen for some reason, mate.
No, I just stopped moving.
One for you here, Russ. Love the Redknapp one. He didn't even do a Hammers 11.
No,
but I could listen to him all day.
Yeah, there was only two people. It was him and Ian Bishop didn't do an 11. Bishop already messaged me to say, look, I don't want to piss anyone off, any of my mates, and I was like, okay, that's fine. And yeah, Redknapp.
Redknapp said you didn't give me enough money.
Yeah, no, Redknapp. Redknapp had planned to do it, and then unfortunately we were running a little bit late, and so
wasn't his dog meant to do it for him because he could?
Oh, the dog, yeah, blinking dog, yeah. we had to rearrange it about 4 times. Bless. He kept on. He was like, "Oh, I can do it Tuesday," and I knew he ended up knowing his diary better than him because I was like, "No, you're playing golf with Tony Pulis," and he was like, "Oh yeah, oh god, yeah, I can't." But yeah,
he's selling his home, isn't he?
yeah, he's selling it, isn't he? For one other one down, he's gonna make another one down the road, isn't he?
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought he was moving. So
He's staying in Sandbanks.
He's had a few houses there.
yeah,
He's had a few houses there. He did well because when he first joined West Ham as assistant manager, he lived more in Poole, so just over the bar there. And they're a good attacking team, yeah. So, but I've seen his house where he lives on Sandbanks, and it's right on the best bit, just as you get off the chain link ferry. True, I saw him putting his dustbin out. That's how I knew what his house was. Because I said to my missus, we was on holiday, I said, it's funny. I said, because Redknapp lives round here. And as I said that, he's standing there putting the bin out. Tooted him up, give him a wave, and off I went.
There's some comments coming in. Think we'll finish 11th today. Think we'll finish 9th. Think we'll finish between 10th and 14th. We're on the attack. Lanzini.
Good
Lanzini, shot. He seems to have come out of his inertia a bit, hasn't he, in pre-season?
You see, the thing about Lanzini, in my opinion, is that he had bad injury. He wasn't managed right in terms of he wasn't playing well, so he wasn't rested or dropped. And Moyes was trying to bring this spark of Lanzini back, but was in theory at the time throwing him under the bus by kept selecting him. His confidence has dropped. His head was down. He's gone away this pre-season. I don't think he bounced back at Project Restart really well, but he stayed focused. He's fit, and he looks a little bit up for it. But we are in pre-season, and we are playing.
We are in pre-season. Gary, we're 3 injuries and a sold Declan away from disaster.
That is one way to look at it, but another way to look at it, Gal, is that we don't get 3 injuries and we don't sell Deck.
There you go.
No disaster.
But it is West Ham.
For every for every yin, there's a yang.
Yeah, but it's West Ham, will be 5 injuries, and then we'll sell Deck in January. Joan, good afternoon. Thank you always for watching. We want a 3-hour podcast every week, please. There you go. You got your work cut out for you there, Nigel. You got to do another 3-hour podcast on Monday night.
To be honest, Joan, I really don't think they'll struggle with that. I really don't think they'll struggle with that at all. No, it's a walk in the park. I said that to Stell on Monday night, didn't I? I don't know if I said it off air.
You don't realise how fast the time goes. You actually really don't.
It's a walk in the park.
I mean, we were chatting and we didn't talk about West Ham, and something like 25 minutes had passed.
Well, we got your life story about goat herding and the foothills of the Nicosia Mountains. I don't know what they're called in Cyprus, where as you keep telling me, you grew up.
The Troodos Mountains.
The Troodos Mountains.
That's it.
There you go.
They're nowhere near Islington. That's the thing. So there you go. Right. English Yardie. Nothing has been addressed in midfield and defence. Our owners are horrible, very sickening, to be honest. To lose out on Eze and Robinson, that's a joke. Well, it depends on whether we were actually really in for them in the first place. So I'm not worried. I think the guys have said it as well. I'm not overly concerned. Defence is what we need.
The way I understood it with Eze was for Eze to come in, we'd have to sell Diangana.
Right.
Twofold. One, they play in the same position. Yeah. 2, we'd have to sell Diangana for the money to pay for Eze.
So what's the point?
Well, what is the point? Because these 2 players who were both in the Championship last season, one of them performed really outstandingly well for the team that went up, and one of them played outstandingly well for a team that struggled.
Yeah.
What one are you going to go for?
True. Yeah.
Diangana. So therefore, we didn't need to sell him.
Good evening, SK Slavia. Thomas Souček, he is very good, and we are so happy that we've got him.
I just wanted to
Souček too good.
SK Slavia, if you put that comment back up still, big shout out to you guys, because since Souček has signed, they've literally watched every one of our streams.
That's true. True.
Yep. Shout out to you guys. Thanks for watching. and actually giving us a heads up on how good he was. Here he is, Mr. Masuaku on the wing.
Dancing. Look at them feet. Look.
Oh,
I tell you. He could have been a
Listen,
disco
still, he's
diva.
got those positions in attack to
I,
try
you know,
something.
I actually want to be proved wrong this season. I want Masuaku to have a brilliant season, but I just know that's not going to happen.
You do know he's here to stay, though.
I think your
I do know
dislike
what.
of him blinds you.
I think that how many seasons has he been with us? Is this his fifth one coming up? Fourth or fifth one coming up?
Yeah, he played at the bowling, didn't he? Yeah.
No, I don't think he did he?
Did he not?
I think it was the season after he joined. I might be wrong though. Might be wrong. Who do you think will start against Newcastle? Whoever survives this game, I think, Joan.
Fabianski. He'll start.
Fabianski's nailed on. Soucek's nailed on. We still need to find out what's happening with Declan.
The tricky decision he's got where he went with Antonio and he done some well at the end of the season. Obviously, Antonio's got that injury now. Here we go. Oh,
Good
Anderson
run.
nearly.
Good run by Anderson there. That's the Anderson we love. You know, we know well. He can
Dean
do that.
Garner up front with not Dean Garner. Dean Garner playing with Haller. Could be a good pairing. They look well, didn't they? In that Anton the Tellus, he watched it when we were all working. The
your camera is like continuously going slow, mate.
Yeah, I'm in a shed. You know,
It's a bit like this game.
Ball in. Oh, that was.
Oh, he put that
I tell
wide.
you what, he put that well wide, didn't
He
he?
hasn't even got a number.
He hasn't, has he? What's going on there?
He's probably a trialist.
He played for us the other day.
God, that was a really bad miss. Really bad, and no one looking to. Oh, central defence. Well,
He looks about 16. He done well, the boy. To be fair to him.
Listen, for anyone that's watching, we will try and bring you a review, but we'll probably do it later on.
what's going on there? The ball's in the net. What? Are they scored, right? Oh,
No,
the ball was in the net.
6 yard line. It was from the goal.
Cullen looks to have filled out a bit. I don't know. Gonna have a closer look.
Russ,
You know what?
watch out. Someone's crept up behind you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Two games that I've seen Cullen perform. I mean, this is make or break season for him, but he's not. I've not seen anything yet. I've not seen anything yet.
No, I've not seen anything. I think his time has come and gone. In all fairness, it's upsetting that they haven't got Coventry on. I think Coventry would relish playing a few minutes in midfield. Gary, you need to have Len on here. Message him, Nigel, and tell him to come on.
Well, I would, but he's only 2D, isn't he?
2D.
Yeah.
But just like this flat thing, just standing there like that. He's a shy man, isn't he?
If we sell Declan, who do we replace him with?
N'Golo Kante, but we would never get him.
Yeah. How old's Kante? 28?
9, I think.
29?
Thought he was 20.
So we'd sell a player who's 20 and buy a player who's 29.
Well, he looks 21. He's actually
21.
30, but he's possibly 35.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bloke with Lazio the other day. They wished him an happy 24th birthday, and he looked older than my dad.
Here's an interesting comment. Your owners, here's one for you, Nigel. Your owners are better than the Glaziers. But he did laugh at the end.
Are better than the Glaziers.
Yeah.
Well, they're both a pain. Well, I'm not sure about that. The Glaziers have took a lot of money out of Manchester United Football Club. While they had Ferguson there, though, they did it by still winning a lot of trophies, though.
Yeah, true.
The problem when you keep taking out money out of a football club like that is it can be used against you when you don't when you don't win trophies now. So what the Man United fans could look at the 300 million they've took out of Man United and say, well, if you'd have left that in the club, we might be able to use that now. Now, may sound a bit controversial, but it's an actual possible fact, is that because this season the owners or all the shareholders put £30 million into the club due to the rights issue, technically the owners are paid back the money they had out in interest payments. So while people call them money grabbing, they actually haven't took money out of the club now. Oh,
Full time then, Russ.
Yeah, full time.
What happened there? Oh,
the
hang
game's
on.
over.
He's just played the bubbles.
Did we
I was
win?
like, what was the score, Russ?
Let's stick a bet on. Still, I bet
Oh, dear.
we win this game 2-1.
I got a feeling we'll win 2-1. What do
Yeah.
you reckon, Russ?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
over.
2-1
That's
up.
it.
Yeah, go on then.
No injury time.
Well done,
There
West
you
Ham.
go.
Well done.
There you go. West Ham 2, Brentford 1. Another victory in pre-season. That's 11 goals scored by West Ham, 3 conceded. You know, everyone's going on about this defensive problems that we've got, but maybe it's not so bad. Who knows?
No,
Sarcasm.
don't say that. I think we're doing better up front. I think, you know, given that we've only got one striker and Antonio as a makeshift striker, I think we're doing all right up front. Definitely creating chances. There's no doubt about that. But our defence does need to be sorted out. Let's get rid of that.
Right, are we? We're going to come back later on, do a very kind of brief review of the game, because obviously we didn't really speak much about it when we were on. So keep your eyes out later on. Obviously, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Make sure you get the comments in. Russ has been on. Make sure you subscribe to his channels. My Ham's 11. Make sure you get on to Nigel's. Oh, there he is again.
I'm trying to.
The real history. So Nigel, for anyone that doesn't know him, which you all will know, has joined Irons United on loan for a season with a move to a permanent move.
I hear Russ was considering a move as well.
Yeah, we're hearing the
amount of times I've been on.
I think he's going to call his next show "My Ham is 11," presented by Irons United or something like that. Just kidding, mate. Sorry, go on, mate. Go on. I keep interrupting.
Nigel's gone anyway. But listen, make sure you subscribe to all the other guys' channels. Russ, top work the other night, mate. You raising all the money you spent for the
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's really good. Fantastic. Thanks, everyone.
great show to watch as well. So well done, mate. If you just haven't done, go and check it out. And then
Plus, if you could just go along 30 seats, I just want to make sure my seat's still there. It's row 62. just so you know, I am going to annoy you now.
I'm going to go. Well, I'm going to go and put a big shit on it now, so it's all right.
Oh, you can't say that till after 9 o'clock.
This is a family show.
Oh, dear.
You've gained so much power. So much power.
I'm not told in the seat number, luckily.
The whole row. I haven't been through it half time. So the whole row. Don't worry.
62. Oh, dear.
Right. So what are we doing? We're coming back on later or what?
Yeah, we'll come back on later on. We'll go and have a bit of a life that we've still trying to live. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button, comments, like everything, and yeah, we'll be back. This is Irons United, and thank you.
Yeah, guys.
Cheers for coming on, lads. Thank you.
Cheers.